Mo Buckets back in the flesh. Week 6 episode of the Commish Corner. Huge shout out the kid from Akron, LeBron James, LBJ. I know you're watching right now. Appreciate you. You're one of the few.
Give me my fucking eyeballs. I got 2 of them.
All right, everybody, welcome back. The Commish's Corner. We got a brand new guest, King in the North, Will Ruffing, here on the show.
Hey guys, first time, long time. Big fan of the show. Shout out to everyone else in the league. It's been a bloodbath this year. Good luck, everyone. Question: do I wear a mask? Answer: yes. Question: does Tom wear a mask? Answer: no.
Never has, never will.
I don't know. He's like the Donald Trump of this league. He just says everything.
Well, we had a couple of teams get off the schneid. Terry Carp and underwhelming 130 points per game both got their first win. Another thing, the biggest fluke I've ever seen. Zoom Sexy Time beats the number 1 team in the league. Broken clocks right 3 times a year, apparently. So
Huge win for Terry Carp at the reverse psychology.
All I want to say about that game, Mike Davis, 29 points. Mike Davis, I wouldn't know Mike Davis if he walked down the street right now, okay? If he walked down the street, I'd be like, who are you? He'd be like, I'm Mike Davis, the starting running back for the Carolina Panthers. I'd be like, no, you're not. Todd Gurley, 25 points. He hasn't scored 25 points in 2 years.
first of all, I agree with what you said about Mike Davis, but look at his past 4 weeks, 29, 22, 23, 15. He's sleepwalking out there. This is easy. I mean, I think this is a Big Rich's league to lose at this point. This is way better than everyone else's. You got like the best QB, the best running back.
I actually like CPU a lot. He's probably got the best 1-2 running backs in the league right now that are healthy.
There's no holes in that starting lineup.
Wow.
When they're healthy.
That's a really good starting lineup. I mean, I
You
maybe
just
saying
can't
this
afford any injuries, though.
Okay, this is just a random side note. ISIS created PPR. I think he does this almost every week, and it always annoys the shit out of me. He doesn't put anyone in his lineup, so you can't see the projection. I know it's a mind game. ISIS, I know you're out there. ISIS created PPR. I know you're out there.
What helped you decide to be tight end heavy this year?
Before the show, we were having a nice conversation about Nick Saban, Bill Belichick. You know who Bill Belichick, what position he likes a lot? He likes tight ends. He's a big tight end guy. He's had some sketchy tight ends. We're not going to talk about that. He's a tight end guy. I'm a tight end guy. They can run block. They can pass block.
Don't get points for run blocks.
No, but I get his line of thinking. Are you smarter than Bill Belichick? No. Can't beat him. Join him.
I really thought Gronk was going to be like back this year.
I'm sure you have many regrets post-draft. What's your biggest one?
It's probably Mark Ingram. It was a reach. I'll admit that. He could still get hot. He's like a Game of Thrones, like zombie right now. He's just running around, not doing anything. I don't think they're giving him goal line carries because he's not scoring very many touchdowns. I don't know. I'm very disappointed in him. I hope he watches this. I don't think Clyde Edwards-Helaire will be my biggest regret, but if Le'Veon takes a lot of carries from him, I will be like, how could you do this to me, Andy Reid?
Remember when I gave you shit for taking him over Dalvin Cook?
I want the new car. I don't want a 2016. I want a 2020 Tesla. You can drive the 2016 Prius.
How does it feel to give the commissioner his first win of the year? I think we're all wondering.
Well, I'm happy for him. He dealt with a lot as commissioner. He's a very controversial commissioner. I don't need to remind the fans at home of the controversies that surround him. I mean, I don't know how much longer he's going to be commissioner. He may be impeached. I'm not saying I would support those efforts, but I could be persuaded to. I don't want him giving up on the year just yet. Give him a little hope. Make it interesting. So for everyone at home, Will is 58% on the year. Connor is 46. That sounds like the presidential election right there.
Zoom Sexy Time just upset the number 1 team in the
I
league.
don't give a damn.
I like $10 Zoom Sexy Time in this matchup too. I like ISIS created PPR's team more, but every week you need a wonky kind of win. And I think this is it.
He doesn't have Sammy Watkins this week. He doesn't have Drew Brees. Doesn't have Josh Jacobs. Doesn't have Lazard. I would be absolutely shocked if Zoom Sexy Time wins. My pick is ISIS.
ISIS slides by. That's kind of what he does. That's how he's won the league the past couple of years. And when you have a guy like Aaron Jones on a bye, you're expecting him to lose that week. he still came out on top. I think ICE is probably looking at this week like it's a bye.
The closest matchup, according to the projections,
They're both 1-4. This is the battle of the bastards right here.
I like underwhelming. Pimp with a limp, he just doesn't have guys that are like, you know what you're going to get from them. Michael Gallup, sometimes he can go for 20, sometimes he can go for 3. Can't rely on him. He's starting Damian Harris. Any Patriots running back you're just rolling the dice. It's a lot of question marks. Frank has a couple of, maybe more than a couple, few question marks as well. I mean, Ebron, Jones, Cobb.
When you get into that flex position, that's when it really
gets ugly.
Interesting.
It gets ugly. Pimp with a limp did the smart thing. Put your best players in the flex spot. You look deep. But I think Kareem Hunt, James Conner, Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, that's a good enough call to win this game.
I'd never want to agree with Connor because he is mathematically not good at picking these games. It's tough to pick against Frank in this one now. I think Aaron and Devontae are going to drop like 50 combined. I'd be shocked if they did. Frank by 50.
With Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, would you trade your team for Frank's team at this point?
That would be a blockbuster. I don't think we've ever seen a trade
A
that
whole
big.
team just swapped. Could you imagine?
That'd be awesome.
I don't think I would because Randall Cobb, you could do better on the free agency market. Eric Ebron, Rob Gronkowski is projected to have 9 points.
He does have Dalvin on the bench.
Trust me, the tight end waiver market is just absolutely dry. I've looked. It's ugly.
I'm going to have to disagree with you guys. I'm going to go with Pimp with a limp on this one. When you get down to those flex positions, underwhelming 130 PPG is very underwhelming. The Pimp with the limp, I think he's going to limp his way to a win. It's not going to be pretty. I don't love Damian Harris as one of the starting running backs. You never know what's going to happen in that backfield. I'm looking for Deshaun Watson to actually have a pretty big game, and then Chark and A.J. Brown hopefully carry.
I don't know if Dalton watches this before the games. He should start Matt Ryan. The Minnesota Vikings pass defense is abysmal. I get Fitzpatrick's playing the Jets, but my God, Matt Ryan might score 40 points. That being said, when you look at Tom's team, it's hard not to want to vomit. You're starting Marquez Valdes-Scantling. That guy can't catch COVID if he went to a Trump rally. But yeah, I'm going Dalton's okay team. He's just better.
This is the battle of two toxic individuals.
Probably the two hairiest men in the league.
My head says Dalton. My heart says Tom. Ronald Jones is going up against the Packers. As a Packer fan, there's one thing that team can't do, and it's stop the run. I'm picking Tom.
Wow, okay.
Big trade between me and Tom, obviously. Gave me Chubb. I gave him Edmonds. Now, am I going to make the playoffs based off that trade? I might not, but I'm going to ruin some seasons at the end of the year. Tom needs to win right now. He can't wait on Chubb to come back. He's the worst team in the league. He needs to get wins now.
Oh, you just said it yourself. He's the worst team in the league. Does Edmonds make him suddenly not the worst team in the league?
He's going to put up more points than Chubb this week, I guarantee it. But like you said earlier, when I look at it, Dalton's team, it's a top-tier team, and Tom's is a bottom-tier team.
Well, I said earlier on the show, this is Big Richard's league to lose. I do like CPU's team, but Waller's on a bye, yet he's still in the lineup. A lot of curious decisions here with 3 guys projected to score 0. I got to go Big Rich, yeah.
Joey, if you're watching this, I love you. I respect you, but I'm sorry I cannot pick you. Mike Evans is not going to be dropping 17 points. The Packers cornerbacks are too good, and Tom Brady's 50 years old. Are you kidding me? CPU, get on your computer, type in some algorithms, and pick up a tight end and the defense.
If you watch the show, you know that I'm a big fan of what CPU's doing. Huge into analytics and artificial intelligence. But when I look at it, the glaring problem, we've talked about it before, is there's just not a lot of depth. How is he going to replace 2 players? With that being said, I don't think he's going to make enough moves before Sunday. It's my prediction. I'm going to take Big Richards in this one.
Burrow meets Swirled. I'm selling that stock. Doesn't look like a winner to me. He's starting this running back in Jacksonville. 6 points projected. I mean, what, you telling me there's not some backup running back you could throw in there instead? Terry Carp, it's hard to pick against it.
I agree with you. I think partially it's because Chris Carson's on a bye, DK Metcalf's on a bye, but also you look and Mostert came back. I don't think McKinnon's that good. I think this is kind of a fluky situation we saw early in the year, Mostert being hurt, and McKinnon helped him get some wins that he might not have gotten.
Sell your Burrow stock like hotcakes and buy Terry Carp stock. I'm buying. Buy. I think the Claypool pickup is huge. Keeping Madison in that Dalvin Cook trade, another huge move. That being said, Terry Carr wins again, stays hot. Logic says King in the North. I'm a logical guy. I went to law school after all. Godwin's back and healthy. I think that just makes King in the North team that much better. Odell, I got to go King in the North.
Will, you're like a brother. Your brother Will. There's two Wills here. There's only one win, and Cam Newton is back. King in the North. Sorry. Yeah. I will say, tip of the cap, a fisherman always sees another fisherman. I do like the two tight ends.
I have no room for error. I don't know if you guys can see my bench, but whether somebody got sick with COVID, somebody tore their ACL, somebody punched somebody in the face. Either way, my guys aren't playing. I will take King of the North. That's a message for the rest of the league. When you go to put somebody on the IR, it doesn't actually open up a bench spot for you. It may appear that way to the rest of the league, but you don't actually get to fill those bench spots.
You know, just to respond to Will's comment earlier about the commish being controversial. You know how hard it is to please 12 men in this political climate? Nearly impossible. I'm doing my best, all right? Got rid of the future draft pick trading after I had many death threats. I listen to what you guys are saying. I just want you to know that.